was a legend of basketball that in the 1980s, his name was Hakeem Olajuwon. He played on that team. They retired his number. He gave him banners. He's famous. He was in the Olympics. He's been one of the greatest players in NBA history. Hakeem, the Dream, Olajuwon. Guy's like 7'1". You can see him from a mile away. And there he is sitting courtside, cheering for the guys he trains, cheering for the coach, and enjoying his alma mater, playing a great game. And when the game is won by Houston, people want to run on the court, and security stopping people. And there's Hakeem Olajuwon wants to walk on the court, and security goes, "Oh, sir, you can't come on the court." He says, "I'm Hakeem Olajuwon." He goes, "You're not Hakeem Olajuwon." Yeah, I am. I can't find my ID on me, but I put that banner up. They got trophies with my name on it. It'll open your program, and you'll see my picture on it. "Sir, you can't come on the court. We don't know who you are." What an insult. It made the news that they wouldn't allow him to come back on that court. What an insult it is to the Holy Spirit of God who wants to come into your heart. And he's knocking on the door over and over and over again. Albert Einstein and Charlie Chaplin were having a conversation one day. Albert Einstein said to Charlie Chaplin, who did the silent films years ago, and said, "Charlie, what I really admire about you is you're so universal. You don't even use words, but everybody understands it. Everybody gets your humor. Everybody gets the trouble you get into and how curious you're brilliant, how everybody understands you. I admire that without words, people understand you. It's incredible." And Charlie Chaplin looked back at Albert Einstein and said, "No, listen, you are more incredible than I am. Because people listen to you and nobody understands you, but everybody admires you." You know what's more important than understanding is obedience. And here we see Jeroboam gets corrected and corrected and corrected. "As many as I love, I correct. I chasten, I prod." In 1 Kings chapter 13, verse 33 says, "And after all this, he did not stop doing evil." In Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 7, it says, "O house of Israel, you're unwilling to listen to me. Have you not felt the consequences of your sin? Have you not felt them in your body? Have you ever had a hangover? Won't do that again. I feel it in my body." You crashed because it was your own fault. You go, "I won't do that again." You got the aches and pains of sin. And you say, "I won't do that again," but you do. He felt the wrath of God in his hand. Somebody sees that, "What's going on with my, and he starts panicking. He felt it. In Acts chapter 2, when they preached, they felt the cutting of their heart. It says in John chapter 16, the Holy Spirit is convicting the whole world. I know many of you love Jesus, but you ought to be living better. You should be living better. There's things you ought to be doing and you're not doing. There's things you really should not be doing, but you are doing. I hope today you're going to make some changes in your life. Over and over, the prophet visits him. He goes to the prophet. The king warns him, but he does not listen. Beware of the dog. There's a dog over there. Your friend got bit by the dog. Your cousin almost got bit by the dog. And what are you doing? You're poking the dog with a stick. And then what happens to you? You get bit. Ow! I got bit by the dog! Of course you got bit by the dog! Beware of dog. He got bit. Almost got bit. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get caught. It's going to catch you. Warning, warning, warning. Some are, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 5, willingly ignorant. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 1. How often we are rebuked and we don't change, and so eventually we're destroyed and there's no remedy for it. In Romans chapter 2, verse 5, it says, because of your hard, unrepentant heart, over and over and over again. You didn't change. So what else can we do for you? Years ago, I used to substitute. Sometimes I'd substitute for a week or 2 weeks, and I'd give out a quiz. And first day I'd sub it, I'd see one kid would get 1 out of 10 right. F-. I'd be marking it off. Come on, kid. We went over this in class. You did a worksheet on it. I even breezed through the chapter. I mean, the answers are right there. It's like true and false. Just by the numbers. Just go all true. You'll get half of them right. How do you